I trained a number of chefs during my 30 years in the kitchen, and now in the same way I'm able to teach you right here in your own home. It's all about raising the standards. So set up your laptops, sharpen your knives, and get ready to enjoy the techniques and tips from my kitchen. Okay, today we're going to make a Caesar salad the way it should be made. I'm just going to make the traditional way. There's no chicken, no tuna in this salad, and this is one of the things that really today we're struggling with. I'm just going to show you how to do a proper, correct Caesar salad. I'll just run you through the ingredients. Okay, we've got some egg yolks. I'm going to use the zest and juice of a lemon. There's a garlic clove there, some Dijon mustard, some white wine vinegar, and there's some anchovies which I've mashed up. Use a good quality anchovy. The cheaper they are, the saltier they become, so use a reasonably good quality. And some good extra virgin olive oil for this. So I'm going to use a nice big solid bowl here. I'm going to add my egg yolks, my Dijon mustard, white wine vinegar, and the anchovies. This is what gives the dish its originality, the anchovies, something that not everybody likes, but if you use a good quality one, you're gonna probably like them a lot more. So the zest, just the yellow part of the lemon itself. This dish was invented by an Italian chef by the name of Caesar. So take all that zest out. Just going to cut that in half. And we'll have the juice of that as well. It gives it a really nice sharp flavour to it. Okay, we're just going to crush the garlic. So just use the cook's knife, large part of the blade, just give it a good bang, and then just run your knife through it. I can show you how to crush that a little further than what we want. Just take a little bit of salt into the garlic, and again use your cook's knife and just grind that to a paste. Just back and forth. And into your bowl. Use a relatively large whisk, plenty of wires in there so the process doesn't take as long that way. So I've got my extra virgin olive oil. So we're just going to drizzle it in slowly, otherwise if you add it too quickly it will split. So you might need to get someone to give you a hand. When I talk about splitting, I'm talking about the olive oil may not bind with the eggs if you add it too quickly, and you'll have separation. Just an oily dressing rather than a nice creamy dressing. You just keep whisking even as you can, and just nice steady flow. The more oil that you add, the thicker the dressing should become. And that's called emulsification. And you can add too much oil. Also, if you do that, it will split. So just keep whisking, nice steady stream. Now you can use a food processor for this job if you really want to. Again, just put everything in the food processor except for the oil, and then just drizzle the oil in the top. It is a bit easier, but I'd always prefer to do it by hand. You can keep a much closer eye on it that way. And you can see that starting to thicken up quite nicely. It should get a little bit lighter in colour as you add the oil. So there you go. So you can see that's nice, rich, creamy consistency. So what I'm going to do now is just going to check the seasoning and add a couple of dashes of Worcestershire sauce. I just need a little pinch of salt and some ground pepper. From here I'm just going to shave some of Parmesan into that dressing. And always keep a little bit of Parmesan left for the top of the salad. So if you put in about a quarter of a cup, it should do it. That'll also help to thicken the dressing up itself. Just mix that in. So that's our dressing finished. So from there what we can do is we can clean up our cos lettuce itself. The other name for cos lettuce is romaine lettuce. Most of the time it's called cos in New Zealand, but you do see it occasionally called romaine. Now what I've done here is I've taken the lettuce apart. If the leaves are too big, you can just take out that centre vein with your cook's knife. So just cut that out, and that'll just get torn into smaller bite-sized pieces. So I'm just going to take a handful of salad, and we don't want to slice a salad too fine, otherwise when you dress it, it'll become like compost. We're not looking for compost, so nice big chunky pieces. It's a really rustic salad, so keep it nice and chunky. Okay, so I've got my Caesar dressing, I've got my cos lettuce ready to go, and I also have my eggs, which I'm going to go and poach, and I'll show you how to make the perfect poached egg. Okay, we'll just come over to the water here. Now you want plenty of boiling water, seasoned, and also a little bit of vinegar, probably about 4 or 5 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. You must make sure it's bubbling away, because when you drop the egg in there, you don't want it to sink to the bottom and just sort of flatten out on the bottom of the pot. So I've got some eggs here. These are free-range eggs. You don't want them obviously to be too old, otherwise the egg white's going to separate from the yolk. So to cook the perfect poached egg, we want good quality eggs and lots of boiling salted water. So just crack on the surface of your bench and straight in to the pot. We don't need to have it rolling or spinning around. So just we'll do a couple of eggs. So once it goes into the water, we'll just turn the temperature down a wee bit. We'll do that now. So I always have a plate ready to take them out, and I've just got a little, what we call a spider, just to lift them out of the water, let that water drain off. So they're just starting to simmer away. So we're looking at probably about 2 minutes for a nice soft egg yolk in the middle there. That's pretty well ready, so we'll just take those out. And they're quite quick. Just check it with your thumb, make sure it's nice and soft. Put it onto the plate. The most important part is the egg itself. Make sure the egg's fresh. Free range eggs you should always get a better product. And plenty of boiling salted water. A touch of vinegar, about 3 or 4 tablespoons. Okay, we've got the poached eggs. We're just going to let them cool a little bit before we actually put them on top of the salad. Otherwise, if it's too hot, it's going to sort of start really wilting the top of the cos lettuce itself. So, in with the dressing. So, don't put too much dressing in there. We don't want to, as I say before, turn this into compost. We just need to coat the leaves evenly without overpowering it. So just mix it in. So it needs a bit more dressing. And that's why we use the lettuce itself. It's really robust lettuce. It's going to handle, the dressing itself. It's not going to break down too quickly, and nice and crunchy and lots of texture. Okay, so that's got the dressing in there. I've got some croutons here, which I've made a little earlier. Any stale bread that you've got is also, you're able to use that. Make sure you liberally dress them with olive oil, lots of black pepper, some sea salt, and just toast them in the oven for take about 15 minutes on about 165. So plenty of croutons into your salad. Gives it a really nice texture. That's what makes a good Caesar salad, I think. From here we're just going to pop it into a nice big bowl. It's a really good salad for a lunch. We serve this in our Cafe Brioche at the Bolton. It's one of those traditional salads, and as I say, we do it properly, we do it how it's supposed to be done. There's no cheating going on. So a little bit of parmesan over the top. Just wipe the side of your bowl, and you can finish with your egg. And make just a little grind of pepper on top. Okay, that's the perfect Caesar salad. That's how it should be done. I think you should try it at home. I think you'll really, really enjoy it.